Hi, welcome to the second annual Sinfully Decadent dessert contest that is part of Fasching. The judging process for the desserts will be, judging will be performed by the Prinz and Par and will be held shortly after the contestants drop off their desserts. Entries will be assigned a number and judging will take place before the entrants' names are identified. Judging criteria: each dessert entry may earn up to 25 points per judge. This is based on appearance, which is up to 3 points. This is the judge's review of the overall look of the dessert and neatness. Flavor, up to 5 points. This is the judge's review of the taste and balance of the dessert's flavoring. Texture, consistency, up to 5 points. This is the judge's review of how evenly the dessert is cooked. Aroma, up to 5 points. This is the judge's review of the dessert entry's aroma. And the last category is overall, and this is your overall taste, which is up to 7 points. And this is the judge's review of the overall taste of the dessert entry. For scoring, each judge assigns a numeral value for each category without consultation with the other judge. Each dessert may earn up to 25 points per judge. The dessert receiving the highest total numerical value is the winner of the competition. Should a tie exist for any of the places, the cumulative scores of the overall criteria will be added together from all judging sheets, and the highest score will break the tie. Prizes are for first, second, and third place winners. Okay, may I get your name, please?
I'm Josh Murphy.
And Chris Murphy.
What dessert did you folks make?
Alabama orange rolls.
Yeah. So what is your favorite thing about the Alabama orange rolls?
Probably the taste of the orange when you can get the zest in the correct spots.
Yeah. It's not as heavy and sweet as a cinnamon roll. So it's kind of a little bit lighter, but then that fruity taste comes through. And we added a punch of orange liqueur to it as well to kind of add a little bit more, to it as well.
That sounds good. So is it the orange liqueur that makes it more decadent?
Probably.
Yeah, and the multiple sticks of butter that are involved with it in the dough, in the filling, in the frosting. There's a lot of butter in that, so. And the orange, like you said, the orange liqueur takes it a little over the top too.
Is the butter then what makes it maybe more decadent, as you just said?
Yes, it's
definitely.
Yeah, definitely a little get your cholesterol checked after you've had it, I suppose.
We have a contestant number 2. Will you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I am Peggy Sisson, and I'm a member of the Liederkranz, and I sing here also.
And you're also one of the favorite drivers of some of the other singers.
I like doing that.
What dessert did you make for today?
I made a mole cake. This is the second time I've made it. So I used all cherries, Morello cherries, and I marinated them for 2 days in rum. The cake is made in a springform pan, and after it's baked and cooled, you hollow out the top of it about an inch deep, and that's where the cherries went. And then I sprinkled a little grated chocolate on the top, and I glazed them with Dr. Oetker's glaze so that they would gel together and wouldn't fall apart when it was cut.
Yeah. So what is the gel that you used?
It's German. It's just a glaze that you would put on fruit. It's a clear glaze, and you add a little water and sugar to it and cook it until it's clear, and then you pour it over. And I poured it over the cherries, and then I covered the whole thing with whipped cream, in which I added a little of the rum extract to that. And then the crumble, the part of the cake that I had scooped out, I've crumbled, and that's what's on the top of the cake.
So what do you think makes your dessert the most decadent? What part of the recipe do you think is the most decadent of your dessert?
It has a ton of good chocolate, Ghirardelli. And the texture is unique. It's not a typical cake texture. It's almost crumbly, but it doesn't crumble. And of course everybody likes whipped cream. And it has 2.5 cups of whipped cream.
Oh my, that is decadent. Well, thank you, Peggy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this.
May I get your name, please?
I am Chrissy Galace.
And Chrissy, what dessert did you make for the contest?
I made a no remorse Nutella torte.
What part of that sounds decadent do you consider to be the most decadent part of your dessert?
Definitely the Nutella. I think it's really hilarious that Germans eat it for breakfast, but I have a sweet tooth, so I love to eat it for breakfast. So I just thought it'd be fun to make a Nutella cake.
So you eat Nutella for breakfast, so you consider that kind of a decadent item?
Yes, so the first time I had it was the first time I was in Germany at my host family, and they put out breakfast for me, and there's the Nutella, and I'm like, what's this? And so I put it on the roll, and I was like, this is delicious for breakfast. So yes, it is definitely decadent, especially when it's on like a warm piece of toast and it's kind of melted. So it's got that chocolate and hazelnut flavor, and it's just really good.
What other ingredients besides Nutella is in your dessert?
Well, obviously cocoa powder, and the recipe has buttermilk in it as well. And the cake is really kind of like delicate and crumbly. What else does it have in it? Well, I put some Ferrero chocolates on top to kind of add to the decadence. A lot of butter and sugar.
Butter and sugar seems to be two of the more popular items in the desserts this year.
Yes.
This is the second annual Sinfully Decadent Dessert Contest. The first dessert in the contest is orange rolls. Part of the glaze has shavings of orange peel and an orange liqueur.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So yeah, as part of the judging, the judges will judge on the flavor, texture, consistency, aroma, and overall taste.
This one has a really nice yeasty smell.
Yeah.
Surprised I thought I would smell more orange. All right, here we go. I'm going for it.
Getting good.
That's yummy.
The radiators wanting to be a part of it.
Some sort of gremlin in the walls there. That's yummy.
Terrible.
I'm not going to be like a good judge who only eats the one little piece. I'm good. I'm ready.
You can keep going on that. That's pretty good. Try outer piece.
So what are some of the comments that you have for entry number 1?
It was beautifully presented. It was perfectly rolled and glazed. I have to say that it surprised me because it was a mild orange. I've had things in the past that you're just like, so I really liked that it was mild. I love that lovely yeast smell, and it was just sweet enough. I feel like it lands more in a breakfast category, like for me, because I'm all about the chocolate and the sauce and the gunk. So it's a very nice dessert.
Yeah. Kind of my thoughts on the first. That it was the rolls. They looked professionally done. They were perfectly shaped, stood up nice. They were yeasty, and sometimes when you have things like that, they can kind of dry out. Those were perfectly flaky and moist for orange roll. I thought they were really good.
Do you know what a mole cake is? Do we have any other details other than that it's a mole cake?
The mole cake, it's a chocolate cake that has, a portion of it has been hollowed out, and then Morello cherries were soaked in liqueur for a couple of days, and then coated in a glaze, and then put back in the cake, and then topped with whipped cream and chocolate shavings, Ghirardelli chocolate shavings.
Oh, I see. So like a mole, like a tunnel. Maybe a tunnel cake. I don't know if that's where it comes from.
That's a good point, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was going to look it up,
Could be.
but then I didn't want to.
Could be.
Oh my, she got the big piece.
Christmas. They're about even.
It's all right.
They're about even.
I'll be okay. I have to say the sliced appearance is a little better. It's more of a surprise than the whole appearance. Like, all right. Did you say the cherries are soaked in alcohol of some sort?
Yes.
Ah,
Now try
it's
it
very slight.
all together.
I'm trying.
So try it individually and then all together.
What was that?
So it's trying the pieces individually and then trying them all together.
Area.
What did you think of the cherries?
They were good. I couldn't tell you what flavor alcohol they were marinated in.
Yeah, because it's less cherry than you would think.
Right.
But whatever it is, the flavor works well with the chocolate.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
I can taste alcohol, but I couldn't tell you. Like honestly, I couldn't tell you if it was vodka.
It's like the chocolate and then it's sweet tart cherries.
Yeah, the cherries are really nice and tart.
Yeah.
Very nice. Ready, Freddie?
Yep. Oh my God, he's cutting the entire piece.
What are some of your thoughts on entry number 2?
Go first this time.
Yes. I'll say the presentation, it looked nicer when it was cut. It wasn't terrible, it wasn't bad, but it just, when you cut and you can see all the cherries and the layers, it looked pretty nice. So overall, it was very nice. The cherries and the cream is the part I particularly liked. The cherries were nice. The cream was very well done.
Yeah, I mentioned that it had a very nice balance with that tart cherries. They were so good. And then just a hint of sweet. It really wasn't nearly as sweet as I expected it to be, or actually wanted it to be, because I would like it. I'm all about this extra sweet, extra sugary. Didn't have much of a smell. It was surprisingly light. So it was a very, very nice, especially for that more, someone who's not quite the sugar fiend.
Mm-hmm.
This is the No Remorse Nutella Nut Cake. Or no, let me get that phrase.
Thank you.
This is so good.
Oh,
This is the No Remorse Nutella Tort.
makes me think they're not truffles, but that's a
Oh,
Ferrero Rocher
Ferrero.
on top.
I know, but they're different.
Oh, that one's different.
All right.
I'll save that because I know what that is. Let us see.
Oh, I forgot to smell it first. That's got a nice chocolate.
Where did it
smell.
go?
Okay, my cake's taking a dive here. This is right up my alley.
Must say.
It's kind of funny that because we really have distinct differences in our tastes. So it was a good choice of judges because we really do have distinct. I'm a chocolate fanatic and sugary and
What kind of desserts do you prefer, Jerry?
Chocolate cake.
but he likes it simple.
Nice fudgy. I like, yeah.
Simple.
Or, yeah, very,
He's a simple, but
Yeah.
not so like emblazoned with.
not like the
Peanut butter.
DLM killer brownies. That's
He
too
likes,
much.
He likes things
Too
very simplified.
Nice.
This is not as Nutella-y as I expected. It's really very good. I better figure out what.
Just a touch of the hazelnut underneath.
I don't even taste it at all.
Yeah. The chocolate is kind of super wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very nice texture to the icing. Oh,
I have to get my truffle. It's my prize, right?
Yes.
1 to
Except for it
3.
doesn't
I
break in
messed that
half.
up. Okay.
I'm not sure the best way to use truffle.
It's just going all in. I've made a mess because my cake fell over.
My chocolate covered chocolate. Good topper. Terrible when you get cake and candy.
Cake and candy.
Oh well, that was the richest part of the cake.
Oh yeah, that's my kind of cake.
Yeah.
Mine was more just
yeah.
like a crisp, little chocolate thing.
What are your thoughts
Okay.
on entry number 3?
I thought the presentation, the appearance was very nicely done with the truffles and the Ferrero on top. It smelled really nice. Oh, when it was cut, you could really smell the chocolate coming out. The icing, I thought, was my favorite part. It was done very nice. It was very, very light and creamy compared to, some icings can be like thick and fudgy, a little overpoweringly. This was chocolate without being overpowering, and the cake was moist, and that is right up my alley, that kind of cake.
Yes, definitely looks even better cut. The flavor I felt was excellent. I just loved it. It's a perfect mixture of all of the good things. Did crumble a bit when it was cut, but it still eats perfectly wonderful. The aroma was that nice chocolate smell. It gave you a little anticipation as you were getting ready to eat it. And of course, it's obviously my favorite. I was going to say, my comments are, more please.
Phoebe?
And both of you, have you done your judging, all your points?
All my
Yep.
points.
I'm just going to keep it rolling.
All right, I'm just going to keep eating chocolate.
Okay. And anything you want to say while you're doing that is perfectly fine.
We were excited by this opportunity to be able to do some good for the club as the Prince and Par, taking one for the team by having to eat all these desserts today. So we definitely appreciate that. We also look forward to our Fasching party on the 26th. I hope everyone's planning their costumes. I've been getting messages left and right from our friends trying to figure out how they're going to dress as our court. I'm going to eat my cherry from over here. Yeah, the cherry is very good. I would like to blend this cake with this cake
So take the chocolate from this cake and the cherry from this cake.
and have the orange for breakfast. They're all wonderful. All right.
We do have a winner. There was a tie on points for second.
Oh, that's funny.
With entry number 1 and entry number 2 both totaling 32 points. So for the tiebreaker, we use the overall scoring. So for the entry that came in second place is Peggy Sisson with the mole cake. Entry number 2 with an overall again of 32 points, or excuse me, with a total of 32 points, and overall score was 9 points total. Third place is entry number 1, the orange rolls, and that entry was by Josh and Chris Murphy. So with a total of
Let me guess.
48 points, almost a perfect score, is entry number 3, the No Remorse Nutella Tort, entered by Chrissy Galaze.
Congratulations, Chrissy.
Yay, Chrissy.
Can you come over for Christmas?
Congratulations to all of our contestants and our winners. Again,
Very
that's
nice job.
third place is the orange roll, entered by Josh and Chris Murphy. Second place is the mole cake, entered by Peggy Sisson. And in first place is the No Remorse Nutella Tort, entered by Chrissy Galais. Thank you everyone again for your participation in the second annual Sinfully Decadent Dessert Contest.